Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
This
Meeting is
meeting
now
is
streaming
being
live.
live streamed. Got it. Ha-ha.
Wow.
Wow.
We did it.
We
This was
did
a
it.
whole thing.
We did
We're
it.
only 23 minutes late.
Wow.
And we lost one of our panel.
Incredible.
Who's counting?
Scott went to go finish his dinner.
Oh, all right. Let me see now if I could still make you host, Janky.
Okay.
We
And
are
if
now
you-
experiencing technical difficulties.
You want
That's
to hear
what
at the
we need.
beginning of the show. Okay, now I'm the host.
That's
And
what
are
we
we
need
still
Chicken
streaming
Burger Disco
live?
to make.
I think so.
Did someone check on YouTube? I haven't actually checked.
Yeah, we're live, man.
Okay.
Doing it live. I'm doing it live.
Do it live.
Now I wonder
Oh
if,
my God,
if
what's
you
going
pin
on? I
somebody
think
though,
Dove is
Janky,
turned into Janky.
even
It's
as a
so frightening.
host, if it only shows what's on your screen. You
Well,
get
let's
what I'm
look.
saying?
The way to find that out is to pin myself. Hello. Janky here. We're seeing if I can actually control what you guys see.
And
now I'm seeing if that worked.
Did that work?
What is Dove doing?
Nope, it didn't work. We're quad dude. I don't think.
This says
Oh wait, maybe it did. It did. It worked.
It
It's
did
just
work?
slow, probably.
no. This says live on YouTube, and
Yeah,
Oh,
it
what's up,
worked.
Scott?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Dove, can you stop that?
No.
Okay.
Am I boring you?
We got 4
Boring
people
isn't
watching.
the word I would use.
That's what my dad would do to me when I was a kid. He would take his finger and he'd stick it in my stomach, and he'd say, "Do you get the point? Do you get the point?" And then he would
That's why
say,
Dove is
"Am
the
I
way he is today.
boring you?"
This explains so much.
I was like,
I've just learned a lot today, just right now.
just the bad dad jokes.
Jokes.
And
These
do you
are the
inflict those
jokes.
upon your kids?
Well,
My kids are funnier than I am.
I mean,
is
one of
anybody
them did
monitoring
create
the chat?
Captain Underpants. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Oh, that's good.
They've only been
Captain
waiting
Underpants.
26 minutes.
Chicken Burger Disco.
that's
Google
a new
Gaba.
record. 26.
So, so
Magoob Toys.
This is
Is
like
it?
the crew.
So that's one of the things we should ask Dylan to make is we need like this. We're now experiencing temporary difficulty, little like bzzz, and
Yeah, I have one that is just your face saying, "Hey, everybody, we're having technical difficulties." That I made. It would be much
should
better
say-
if Chicken Burger made it.
Instead of temporarily, it should say we are permanently experiencing technical difficulties.
Why are you still watching us?
Why? Hey, Dove.
hey,
So we're doing
Are we
another
starting?
show, which probably means that you're doing a convention, which probably means that you have a bunch of cool bootleg toys that you need to present here. And why is my phone listening to everything that I say and trying to send it in the chat? Wow.
Awesome.
Big brother,
That's
man.
amazing.
oh wow.
It literally just like typed out everything that I said.
So yeah, here we are.
Here we are. You're actually part of San Diego Comic-Con at home.
Comic-Con at Home, which is a virtual event, which I believe is free to the public. You can go to the San Diego Comic-Con website, and they're going to have a virtual floor. And if you go to our booth and click to us, it's just going to link back to us. But what
Right.
we're doing is we're doing a 3-day virtual show where all of our exclusives go on sale on Friday the 23rd at noon Pacific. And concurrently, we'll have a live Zoom out of this booth right here in our warehouse. With Ian and Janky and also Scott this year as our
Yay!
co-host. So should be fun. So we're going to go over the whole list of all of the goodies that all of these artists have made for us specifically for this show. And that's basically what we do is we do this show 3 times a year. We have our own virtual DKECon, which will stay virtual in March. San Diego, which we hope moving forward after this will continue to be live. And then, I mean, there's already people lining up for DCon. Like, I already have a list of people like, I want in on DCon. And DCon could be, should be, very likely will be our first live show of the year. Woo!
Oh my God.
What's
Take a
that?
picture of me
A
and
live
leave me
show?
like that.
What are those?
So that's going to be crazy cool.
And with
Thanks,
that
man.
exciting news, I'm out.
Oh,
All right.
Dad.
Oh,
You don't need
Ben?
me anymore. Thank you. You've said enough. That's all
It
I
has
needed.
been a pressure. I mean, a pleasure.
DesignerCon.com. Go get your
That's all. That's all.
Tickets.
That's all I need right
All
there.
right, Ben, go take care of what you got to take care of. We'll,
I'm going to take
let
care of what I got to
the
take care of.
adults are going to take care of it from now on.
I'm in charge. Yeah, Ben's got to go do a pop shop live from his closet. Where he's gonna
Charge.
Janky,
Oh,
tell me when it's over. I might have to actually come back and stop the live stream.
yeah, you might actually. This is dead air.
Otherwise,
This
it's
is gonna
just going to keep going forever. Infinite
Someone will watch
live-
it. Someone will get on and just watch 6 hours of nothing, hoping that we're going to come on with them.
And chat with themselves.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
You can always trim it after the fact, though. So
that's true.
All right,
Bye,
Ben.
Ben.
See ya.
All right,
Bye.
Ben's
Bye.
gone.
All right.
All right. Should we
Now
get
that
started?
jerk's out of here.
Half an hour in. Sorry to everyone. We were experiencing technical difficulties.
Stop telling them that, Doug.
Sorry. We are always experiencing technical difficulties. Okay.
No, I mean,
anyway.
telling them how late we are.
Oh,
No.
they do know because they tuned in at 6 when we told them to freaking be here. And then now we're starting.
Raise your hands
So-
if you tuned in at 6 in the chat. Just a quick show of hands. The chat's like a minute behind us, so we'll keep talking and I'll tell you what the results are.
All right. So first things first.
Oh,
have a-
yeah.
We have a brand new Silk Screen Killer Bootlegs Phantom Star Killer bag,
Ooh, in
limited to
orange.
1,000 pieces. This is the original artwork by Luke Yates that appeared on the very first Phantom Star Killer that we at DKE Toys released for San Diego in 2013.
That's awesome.
And
That looks
everyone,
cool.
everyone who orders gets a bag, except I'm just going to caveat there, like if you order a comic book, if I'm shipping you this thing and you want to get it in nice shape, there's just no way that I can put this in there and get it to you in nice shape. So I'm going to say most people, even there was someone last time who ordered a single like Healy made figure, and I managed to fold this thing up and wrap it and got it in a little box. And so virtually everyone will get one. We're always giving away free stuff also, every order gets like some pins and some cards, and you always see people posting on Instagram when they, get their box of stuff. And what's funny is there was a guy who must have bought, or gal, I don't know, who bought something from every show last year and then took all his free swag and put it in one listing on eBay. So it's like he's got like all 3 bags and then all the piles of cards and pins that we sent him for free, and he's trying to get $100 for them.
It's like actual Comic-Con. It's like what people actually do at Comic.
All right, so we have almost 40
kinda
pieces
cool.
that are new for the show this year. There's 9 new artists that have never shown with us before, and something that is even crazier is these 40 artists are from 8 different countries. So we are expanding internationally.
Taking over the
10% of
world.
our artists are actually women. We have 4 women in the show.
Wow.
Yay, so
Hey.
There you go.
and we
Well,
have two
We're
art
paying
shows.
them 25% less than the guys, but still.
Oh man!
Oh my
you
gosh.
Had to go there.
Dove.
Um,
I got a sound
I
effect
didn't make
for
the
that. Hang
rules.
on.
Dove's the one that's paying them.
so painful. Okay, just to let people know, everything goes on sale Friday, July 23rd at noon Pacific. You could buy one of everything that you want. And then if you want additional, the limit will be removed Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So if you wanted another one or 2 or all of our stock, go to town.
Go
The first
bananas.
day, we just want to make sure everyone gets at least one. We do combine shipping. You order 6 times, we will do our best to combine and refund shipping. So without further ado,
Oh, that's stuff.
we've done this several times, different podcasts, different formats here. So I always try to mix it up with who we do first. So I'm going to start out with this amazing piece by Recollection.
Man,
Is it Recollection or is it Recollection? I don't know.
You tell us.
I asked him by email. He didn't respond.
it's by email. It's going to be the same.
I spelled it out phonetically. It's like, is it or well, never mind. So anyway, this is porcelain.
Amazing.
This is 100% porcelain. And
Amazing.
And the blister is glass.
Of course it is.
He did text me the other day. He said the first 5 are finished. It's an edition of 10. They're $300. This is 11 inches tall. This figure is a little shorter than a 3.75. It's maybe like 3 1/4 or something. And that's, I'm assuming, because of the shrinkage. I believe he started with a vintage figure, and by the time he pulls it out, it is shrunken. But that is a porcelain cape. I do believe that the ones that are, the 5 that are coming are going to be glued in place. I think that he was not happy with how
The magnetic.
something
I even
happened.
watched him the other day cutting those glass. It's like
I
a
saw
glass
that.
tube.
And I'm not sure what he was upset about. It could be how like the glass is not perfect. I can't say for sure, but I think this piece is. He was sort of struggling with. A lot of his work is elevating something that was very like common for us, right? So by taking a plastic toy and making it into a porcelain piece of art, I think that's his whole shtick, is really to like elevate this into, or what he called it, this would be like an action figure from like, 400 years ago if you lived in France or something like that.
Sure. Also, I think the color scheme of just white on white that he does, that he doesn't put a glaze on it, or he uses it
It's a little
sparingly.
It's a little shiny. He did send me some images where he did put gold leaf all around.
Yeah, I saw that one too. It's amazing.
And it did look like something like out of my grandmother's house. And then my reaction was like, I think the pure white is better. Not only that, the price without the gold leaf, the price went down from $500 to $300.
Worth it.
So he was working with some sort of like decals, and instead, if you can see, he just acid washed the word princess into
So
there.
good.
If you can see that,
It looks so cool.
So good.
If you don't follow this guy on Instagram, I recommend it, even if you're not into porcelain versions of. I mean, this dude's a master.
He's a madman. Dude, he casted a Castle Grayskull in porcelain.
The entire cat. It's insane.
Insane.
Is
Some
that his
people
main thing? Porcelain?
What's
Is
that?
that what?
Is that primarily what he does? Is
Everything in his
cast
feed
stuff
is
in porcelain?
Yeah.
porcelain.
All
yeah.
porcelain.
Oh, nice. Cool.
There's
I
one
have
video. I encourage you
go
to
ahead.
go to his, not to his regular feed, but his, the one with the longer
Stories.
videos, the real stories, whatever. I can't keep track anymore. But there's one of him painting this red stuff on a battle cat. And then it's just, there's no sound. You just have to wait there for a minute as he's like painting it on, and then it goes a little faster, and then he puts it in the kiln, and then you just wait for it, and then he goes and he opens the kiln, and all of that red stuff has turned to gold. And it's like, it is the coolest magic trick. It's the best video on Instagram. It's better than like those cats and shit.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty cool twerking videos.
You've made some pretty cool twerking videos.
All right. This is our next piece, Great Showdowns by Scott C.
Yay.
This is getting a little more bold, as maybe I should say. In the past, to keep the price down, everything has always been a full-size figure and then something added. Full-size figure and a turtle and a pizza, Ash in his hand, Indian and Idol, Misery with the bricks, and I think then we tested it out with the Thing. We did 2 full-size characters when we did the Thing, and all 50 of those sold out at $175. And then we took the plunge here and made our Pulp Fiction set. This guy, Dave Bondi, sculpted these. Just fantastic job.
So
Dude
good.
in his chair, and
I can just
wonderful.
hear him screaming, "Say what again?" Just staring.
So this is, I think, one of my favorite ones so far. Really,
It's amazing.
And I really hope that this price point doesn't scare people away, because the next one
Vaya con Dios, motherfuckers!
is
It's a three-part.
it's gonna be a
Three-pack?
3-pack,
Yeah.
and that
Oh, man.
wave is gonna be big. So, but that's not coming out till November. So we're on a
Save up
schedule.
now. I lobbied for that piece for like a year and a half straight, and now
So-
I'm pot committed to buy one because I lobbied so hard for it.
So they're signed by Scott C. They're numbered out of 100. They're $175. And another series that we
And Dave
have
Bondi
going,
did a great job on that.
Yeah, he killed it on those.
genius work. Here is the Jim Mafood Wookiee Hash Pipe, the Smiley Trooper. This is actually the 4th in the series. This is sculpted by George Gaspar. It's an
Awesome.
edition of 50. They're $100. And the comic story on the back continues,
Sweet.
because it started with the Vader,
So cool.
which was called Dose Vapors. And then there was Loose Sky Toker, and then Chubby. I believe we still have some Chubbies in stock on the site now. The DKE Toys store is open right now. And if you go and buy something right now, we will hold your order and ship it with San Diego stuff. They do stand alone by themselves, but we kind of felt that it's hard to sort of jump in at the middle. So we did do this like Miami Vice colorway of Vader, and that's on the site now, in case you do
That's
want to
cool.
jump in. So the 4th installment. Jim Mafood's one of my favorite comic artists.
It's amazing.
Keep him busy.
George did a great job on the sculpt too.
Yeah,
It
the
would've been
styling
so-
on that.
Yeah.
What you can't see, because the figure is glued down, is he sculpted his little beat bee like into the back. You actually have to like open this and ruin the card in order to
Oh,
figure that out.
that's painful though.
Yeah, I know.
We haven't learned from Rika yet, have we?
So I remember like talking to Alex Gross, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to do a toy?" And he was like, "Nah, I don't do toys. Nah, no toys." And then we were doing the Space Rat series, and then like Mark Todd was in it, Nestor Pearl Watson, and the Clayton brothers, and then he was like, "Well, I want to be in it." Once we had like all his contemporaries in it, he was like, "I want to be in that." So sort of like grease the wheels, and then after he came out with this painting, it's called Compulsion.
So awesome. Yeah.
And this
It's amazing.
this image itself went viral, and so
Yeah.
I pitched him on the idea, what about Vader eating a cookie? So there's 50 of these. They're signed and numbered, and hopefully if these do well, I really want to do Chewbacca. Like, that's going to be a lot of fun. But if you look at his feed and you see all of his paintings, there's always a little Easter egg in the back. Let's see if we can see it. Oops, something here does not belong.
Controversial.
Indeed. So this edition of 50, these are also $100.
So good.
Moving
So cool.
on.
Yeah.
So
Amazing.
good. I love his work. I'm a huge fan of his card work. So
How can you not be? I mean, it's just so good. This is so funny.
this piece made me
I-
laugh out loud
I
immediately
was
when
gonna
I
say
saw
I
it in the
did too.
feed.
I laughed out loud at it too.
This is good. Yeah.
And his work is always great, but what he was especially proud of, I mean, he makes his own blisters. And
Yeah, the blister.
Blister the damn rope.
usually in order to save on shipping, he will ship us the flat cards and the figures and the blisters, because that you can squish it down to a much smaller box. And then I have someone that I pay to glue the blisters. And on this one, he was like, no, I'm gluing them. Too complicated, but he was very
Wow.
proud of this. So this one's called Tug of War by Rika, signed and numbered, edition of 25. They're $75 each. Has his.
I don't know how he does this, or if you want to pull back the curtain at all, but how did he sculpt that? Because those are two totally original sculpts.
Virtually
Does he-
everything he releases is a new sculpt. I mean,
Yeah.
almost never is he. Maybe on
Like
some of those.
bootlegging.
Yeah, like kit bashing, very rarely.
Mhm.
Almost everything is sculpted, and he
I
does a
wonder
little
if he's
sculpt.
3D rendering it and then casting that, or if he's
Don't-
sculpting it by hand. I'm not
I
exactly
don't
sure.
think so, but I know that he does a little sculpting himself, and then if it gets super complicated, he's got another guy that helps him. What I don't understand is how 25 pieces at $75 each pays for someone to sculpt
To do that.
two
Yeah.
figures.
I-
So
Yeah.
it's like it's like I always say, relatively speaking, these pieces are expensive compared to normal toys, but for the art that they are and the work that goes into it, they're insanely inexpensive pieces of art.
Yeah.
And then if you think that like DKE gets a cut of this stuff, the artists get even less. It's
How many of those are there?
25,
And how,
Oh, wow.
how much is it?
$75.
It'll be
Wow.
gone in seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
The presentation's great. The motion, there's a story there. I mean, it's
But-
like,
It's funny.
I mean-
Yeah.
I mean, just to give you an example, right? For the cost to pay a sculptor to do both of these, to have them cast and painted, to pay Scott C a royalty, this has to be $175 to make money. What's going on here at $75? I can't do
Yeah.
that.
Ryan is
I-
he's Rick is he's a workhorse, man.
I do know that he gets resin cheaper in the UK because he buys them in those big, like 40-gallon like drums. And for some reason, it's like whatever company that the resin that he gets in the UK, they can't. It's not allowed to sell in this country. I don't know why.
Hmm.
But
Interesting.
so there you go.
It's a conspiracy.
sure is.
All right, and the other entry here from Rika is the Real World Hero. This is the third one in the series. It's the anti-war Vietnam protester. It's edition of 40, and they're $50. The
Nice.
previous ones were the suffragette and the I Am a Man.
Very cool.
Dig
You
it.
can see the dude in there. It's kind of a black and white monotone figure on a monotone background, so it's
The hair detail on that's great.
a little hard to see. All right, moving on.
Very cool.
One of my favorites of all time, whose figures I try to get every single one that I can, is Epoch. This is the interdimensional guardian, the Power Surge edition, and he is just
It's just so cool, man.
Yeah.
He's such a great artist.
I mean, when I saw his work, I was at a zine fest and he was set up and he had a version of this figure in pink on his table. And I think they were $40 at the time.
Whoa.
And
Jeez.
I lost my mind. And then he also had all these zines and it was crazy.
Yeah. I was there with you.
You were there when I just lost my mind. And
Jamie, that's his name, right? Epoch
Jamie, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he knew what hit him when Dylan was like, can you make like 80 of these? Or
How many
the guy's
holographic
like-
pages do you have, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, he had
It was
these
like-
zines and like the whole cover is like a hologram. And it was like, I mean, talk about like being like a 10-year-old, just like shiny things, cool. It's like
He's a killer artist.
it's really hard to see. Like if you can look at that arm in there with the wires coming
Wires,
out,
yeah.
and the
It's such a
candy.
deep understanding of not just graphic design, but like presentation and materials, and like it feels retro and modern at the exact same time. Everything he does is a freaking home
And
run.
he
Yeah,
didn't include all of the accessories that he wanted, so he sent extra little bags of
I was
more
wondering what that was.
little accessories and pipes and stuff. Anyway, there's only 20 pieces. They're signed and numbered. All of this stuff is 3 3/4 inch scale, unless I tell you otherwise. And they're $55.
So good.
Such a good
That's
deal.
yeah, slam dunk on that.
And Mux Blank is back after a little hiatus from Mr. Blank Toys.
I love this piece.
And it is the Banana Man.
Look at those hands. It's the hands that do it for me, man. This
It's
piece.
just
It's, man, I don't know. It's so good.
I've looked at
It's-
that upside down and backwards. I can't. I don't see how he's casting those.
I don't
I mean,
know.
he's not.
He did a good
Everyone,
job.
everyone is
What's
just
that?
a banana.
I think the banana and the figure are separate, and I believe the figure
Yeah.
goes into the banana.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
all
a
the
perf-
waves and everything.
I do.
It's cool. It's funny. Look,
No, maybe not. No, because there's no seam there.
that's what I said. I've looked at it a lot and tried to figure it out.
Well, so the funny thing about this is his goal was to make the most perfect vintage Star Wars card. And he got the graphic design and the digital like version of this just perfect. And then he sent me the photo. He said, "All done. I'm shipping them to you." And I'm like, "Dude, it has a Star Wars logo on it. Like, I can't sell that." And he's like, "Oh." So he figured out that he would put a rejected sticker over the logo and a rejected sticker on the back. And then all the original Kenner photography, he just blotted out,
Sharpied over.
except for his 2 figures, which he kept. It was hilarious. And then afterwards, he's like, "It actually looks better." So, but the actual design
No,
of the
it's
card
it's funny. Yeah.
just
It does
nailed
look better with the rejected.
He signed and numbered it. It's just a
Funny.
fantastic figure.
It's good.
They're numbered out of 20, signed and numbered out of 23. It was supposed to be a little more, but the mold went bad. So 23 is it, and they're $65.
And
Good
when
number.
when you show me something I haven't seen before, even if it's a joke that like, I don't want to say it's low hanging fruit, but a banana. I mean, but to materialize it in that form of grotesque perfection.
It's literally low hanging fruit.
That was
And that was Rika's reaction because he had released that other figure
The
called
low-hanging
Low Hanging Fruit, right, of the grapes with the stormtrooper heads.
and then to take
Um,
Rika's favorite toy and one up him on the.
And then the following sentence from Rika was, "And please save me one of those."
I was gonna say,
Yeah. I saw it
forced
and
me to buy
immediately-
one.
Yeah, I was like, this is so dumb. Insta buy. I have to own this. It's going to be on my wall. Like, it's so good.
So next one is Kitty and the Jewels. So this is by Lily Todd. It's an edition of 20, and this is a ceramic figure, and each one is hand sculpted. And Lily Todd,
ceramic too.
no, that was, I actually had those. I sent them to her from a previous toy I had. It was from a reaction figure. I think it was like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I had a bag of 30 of these.
Hmm.
She's like, "I need a guitar." I was like, "I saved some." So Lily Todd is the daughter of Mark Todd and Esther Pearl Watson.
Oh, okay.
And if you've ever seen any of the art shows she's been in, she's primarily works, the works that I've seen for sale have always been ceramic. And so she literally sculpted 20 of these, hand painted them, and ran them through the kiln.
So good.
Oh, wow.
There you go. And
Very
then
cool.
obviously she designed the card.
That's
She-
great.
I believe she just started art school recently. So She's out of high school and in college. So
Wow.
Is that a Riser print?
it is. The Todd family does have a risograph machine. I do hope these sell out because this one is called Nya Nya. But I would really love Miss Hiss and Curry Pants and Jennifer. So this is signed and numbered edition of 20. These are $100. $100 because they're each hand sculpt. I mean, it's an original sculpture.
It's an original piece, each one.
Each one, right? They're not cast.
The
I'm
whole,
always
the whole
amazed
Todd,
at how affordable all these things are.
yeah. Well, the
It's
whole
pretty
Todd
crazy.
family is now on the DKE roster, significant others included. With
That's true. We did. Her boyfriend was in one of our shows. Two of them.
two shows.
Two of them, right? He was in the Back to the Future,
Yep.
KG, and he also made a set of those robots on that like corrugated cardboard made out of trash. They were fantastic. All right, and this is
Oh, that's cool.
Realized by Luke Chu. This was sculpted by
This is great.
Such a good piece.
Fantastic.
sculpted by Dave Bondi, and
It's like classic Luke too. I love it.
I
Yeah.
had them
Yeah.
cast, and then Luke hand painted the eyes and the nose,
Oh, nice.
and he signed and numbered each one, and then he also signed the back. And it's the first in a series of 3. And when I was talking to him about it, like, hey, what kind of figure do you want to do? Like, do you want to do something Star Wars? Do you want to do this? And he's like, leave it to Luke. He's like, no, I want to make. He's always putting like, there's always like this strong emotion behind everything he does. And so if he's going to put a character in a blister, that blister is going to be a prison.
Yeah. Part of the piece.
And, yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Dave sculpted it so the hands were touching the blister and he's just standing on the bottom. It just really nailed it.
It's really fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of my favorite pieces in the show. It's
And I
So
asked him,
good.
do you want any graphics on it? And he's like, nope, just the painting.
Yeah.
And on the back, he had to finish all 3 paintings. This is what took the longest. It's like, are you done yet?
Mm.
He's like, no, I've always got 3 paintings to do. So, so this one's called Realize, and hopefully we will see Resist, and then by the time you get to the end for Resign, just.
That's going to be so cool putting those up
All 3
together.
all
together.
next to each
Yeah.
other. Yeah.
These are $100, and they're signed and numbered out of 100. They're actually signed twice because you get the full Luke Chu signature there, and then you get the Luke
The mini.
on the foot. Yeah.
in case the bear ever actually breaks out, you've got
Right.
Yeah.
you've got an extra signature.
Alrighty.
Yeah, those are really nice. Love those.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Every show we do our best to have a few Simpsons pieces because we sell out of everything Simpsons. And Gorehound,
What is going on
Gorehound had previously made this Darth Vader figure for us, and I think we have 2 left in the store. It is it's called the Vader thing.
It's awesome.
It's nuts.
It's
Yeah.
insane, and it's just like there's like this Luke head and the boobs and the oozing and the just next level. And so he decided to make this Bart dog, which is a thing mashup.
Oof.
Only the top is
Like
glued here. So as far as
Cronenberg,
like
Simpsons.
Yeah. Look at the detail. It's so nuts.
it's
Wow.
really crazy.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
pretty
cool.
gnarly.
Yeah.
Cronenberg.
Paint
John
job
Car-
is really
John-
cool on it.
John
too.
Yeah.
Carpenter, right?
Yep.
From the thing.
Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah.
Cronenberg-esque in that same way.
Yeah.
Look at the hands there. Just brilliant piece. GHT's Body of Horror Show Part 2, The Dog Bart by Gorehound Toys. Signed in number edition of 25, $65. Just gorgeous piece.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's the amount of
Well,
work that went into painting that alone is worth the $65.
Mhm. We haven't heard from Dogman in a while, and he came back here with a whopper here. This is a 6.5-inch figure called Home Stars, the Simp Trooper. edition of 20.
Thing is
It's a huge
giant.
toy. Yeah.
It's huge.
It doesn't look that big on just pictures. I think it's massive.
I asked him where he
it's
got this
huge.
blister, and he actually cut down a slide blister because I was like, "This is thick. Like this is like a lot of work went into this blister, cutting it up and then rounding the corners."
Wow.
But it's
Wow.
nice to hear from Spencer again.
Yeah, fantastic. Such a great guy. Awesome piece.
And the Fandom Scan Warper by Magoo.
Look at that.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm not going to say anything good about Magoob this time because every time. So he's a creep. That's a ripoff.
Totally
Garbage.
rip off. Look at that.
Yeah, look,
What
a
took the words
turd.
right out of my mouth.
So if you remember, previously he had done 2 series called Star Warped. Is that correct? And
Yep.
he scanned vintage figures with a very shitty iPhone app and then printed them out, which just totally obscured the detail. And he's done this fantastic card back.
The
His
teeth
graphic,
on that thing.
Yeah.
and it is signed on the back by Magoob and Peter Gorel, Killer Bootlegs.
Awesome.
Wow.
That's such a
It
good
is
piece.
$55, edition of 40, and you also get this sticker, which is about, I'd say about 4x6 little sticker sheet, and you get a pin.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
For
Crazy.
$55?
That's amazing.
I'd
Magoob,
buy
you
that
know-
for $1.
You know the money doesn't go as far in Canada, dude. Uh-oh, we lost Duff.
Oh,
Where did Duff go? No, oh, there he is.
That means my battery wasn't charging. Were you getting audio from my headphones? Is my audio different?
Sounds clean.
Sounds about the
Sounds
same.
clean.
You guys are
Alright.
getting an inside peek of what it's actually like to be at DKECon. Duff asked me these questions
I
live
was like,
while we're
does
on the air.
it work?
Does it
Are
work?
we live? Did you
Who
plug
can
it
hear
in?
us?
Did you plug it in? GI Ghost, the Ghostly Ninja by Drock Toy Novelty. This is also another rookie appearance. He's made toys before, Drock, which he pictured on the back there. And for you GI Joe fans, this is a little ghost version of Storm Shadow, edition of 20.
That's cool.
$40.
That's cool. Oh, nice. That's kind of a hard effect to do that, like
The smoke.
translucent gray. Yeah, good job.
Is that a hologram card too, or just glossy?
It is not, but it has the effective one because
Yeah.
he sort of, I don't know how he did it, but very
Yeah.
nice. 40
Yeah, very
bucks.
cool. There you go.
Everyone should buy one. $40. All right. Maintenance Spy by Titty Bean Toys.
Titty beans.
Titty beans.
Titty Beans is from Australia. Also the first time we've ever shown Titty Beans.
The funnest name to say in toys. Titty beans.
These actually come in 5 different neon colors, and you get one at random. Someone's calling me.
Stop calling Dove. We're live.
They're actually like watching the show, and then they want to ask me a question. They're like, "Duh."
What?
Yeah.
All right, so
Bro, I
Crazy-
need all the Magoobs. I need
Yeah,
3
yeah.
ghost
So-
guys and some titty
Got to
beans.
get those titty beans, bro.
Bring me some
so-
titty beans.
it's got a Velcro
Oh, nice.
blister.
Very cool.
Um,
Yeah, because
but the-
he does the magnetic articulation.
Yes, he does. So
Nice.
Sweet.
Oh, very cool.
Multi-head.
Doop.
Oh, cool.
but not only multi-head.
Multi-brain?
Multi-brain.
Whoa.
Oh, dude. And the brain's
It's a
magnetic too, I
possibility.
assume.
The brain
Cool.
is magnetic.
Are we going to start a new thing this year called
Wow.
Titty Bean Theater, where you just do
Titty Bean Theater. Hi. My impressions all sound like George Bush.
Yeah.
Actually, they don't sound like George Bush. You know what they sound like? They sound like Jon Stewart doing a George Bush impression.
Yeah, it's the impression of
It's
the
like-
impression.
It's like, hey, There you go.
Can you hold the figure up? Just the whole. I want to see the whole figure up to the camera.
Yeah.
It's a great form, man. He does a really good job just kit bashing pieces together to make a new cool looking piece.
Yeah.
So
It's like,
it's a Bossk body with a creature head.
yeah.
Mhm.
And he sent me the photo, and then I had to break the horrible news to him. I was like, do you know Killer Bootlegs did that in like 2012? And he's like,
We're running out of
parts. No.
What didn't Killer Bootlegs do in 2012?
And obviously it was
Hang
called
on, hang
something
on. All right.
different.
Creature head, 1B legs. And,
But was it marbled?
No. Okay. Lobot head.
So
There's one thing, like if people are blatantly taking ideas, that's one thing. But at this
He
point,
was
like in the show,
not.
there's already 2 or 3 pieces that have been done before, and that's fine because it's a totally new interpretation.
that
New
was my
pieces,
attitude.
cool presentation.
I was more than happy to sell it. There have been people who have done direct homages or, like rip-offs with a twist, like Killer Bootlegs did the Frankenfett, which was a Boba Fett body with a Frankenstein head, and then Dane from Buzzard Guts did the other
Boba
one.
Stein.
Boba Stein, right. So he just flopped it. And that was a direct homage. But I just told Titty Beans, I said, just hit up Peter. Just tell him. I'm always like about getting ahead of this. And Peter, to his credit, was like, go for it. It's like, he knows he doesn't own a boss body or a creature head. So,
Peter's
it's like,
always very generous
Yeah.
about all of everything that happens.
Well, I think 8 times out of 10 too, like the drama that happens is drama from someone else trying to get the back of the original creator, and the original creator is like, it's cool, they didn't rip me off, but everybody else
Sure.
is just trying to get each other's back, and then
but I also find that
Hooflings.
if you just talk to the person and say like, hey, I'm releasing this, someone just pointed out that you had done it before, virtually everyone's reaction is like, absolutely, like,
cool, man, do your
like,
thing. Yeah.
happy to see your interpretation of it. And I don't think
Did you
it's
ever-
any
Yeah.
different for the Frank Invader. Like, again, there's Frankenstein references. I have, a dozen Frankenstein references in my collection, but none of them are done the way Mallow does it.
Right.
Look at that.
Yeah. And there's even like the Frankenstein-y type Vader thing at the very end of, the third prequel when he
No.
the big no when he pulls off of the bed,
Indeed. So Darth Frank Invader by Mallow. This is edition of 20, $55. She always, everything she releases, just always amazing.
The Mallow neon cape is like a signature now. That
Isn't it though?
it's so
What I love
good.
about the neon cape is how it's just clear green, but whenever you cut it, it makes the edges
just blazing.
seem like they
Yeah.
glow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
She rolls.
And
and
it's
put
just-
it under a black light and it's black light.
Speaking of glow, do the hands or the face glow or no?
This is not information that I was given.
Okay.
So I do
Here,
not.
hold it up to the camera again. It's hard because you're looking at a little picture this big.
It's hard
It
to
looks
say.
like
It might.
be UV reactive. It might not glow, but if you put it under a black light,
Yeah.
Just Dove acting like an idiot trying to like.
And then he disconnected his own camera doing it.
Yeah. What's going on?
I don't know. It says that I have only 10% left, even though we're plugged in. I'm gonna
all right, then
unplug the-
let's go through the rest of them quickly.
All right, start talk. Oh, here he's back. Okay.
It says that we're charging. Maybe I'm just drawing so much power here.
Unlimited power.
Okay, we got Moss Isley Vice,
This piece
This
is
is
killer.
fucking awesome.
This made me laugh
Yeah.
so hard.
This is-
Yeah, that's funny.
Grocket and Wubs by Yo-Yo Dying Toy from Canada.
It's really good.
All right, so here we go again. A signed and number edition of 20. 2 figures, $65.
What?
That's a
Crazy.
slam
I
dunk.
just
How do people do that?
He's
They
also
work-
Canadian.
They work really hard.
Is that your answer for everything? It's Canadian.
I mean,
That's racist.
Is it?
Probably
I'm
not.
sorry.
is
my
that all that
Canadian
piece is
friends.
gonna get? I thought that was
Yeah,
a
put that piece
fantastic
up again. That piece is great. Look at that. I love it.
Dun, dun, dun.
You can hear the Cantina Band doing Miami Vice theme.
Down and down and
Yeah,
down.
yeah, he really crushed that.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic piece.
Not every mashup works for me, but this one just, I don't know. It just sings.
It's got the feel.
Got the feel.
Gives you the feels.
Very much so. Yeah.
All right, Swan Wars by Edwin Salas. This is, each one is hand carved out of wood on a card back that is hand painted and stenciled. The blisters opened. And you can see Darth Vader with his tutu. And it's articulated. It's an edition of 20. They're $80. I'll read you the little story on the back. I can't do it in his voice, so if you ever have a chance to like listen to Edwin,
He is such a salesman. It's fantastic. I love that.
All right. It says, a long time ago in a bootleg galaxy, Darth Vader feel alone. He has a dark secret. Nobody has to know. I'm reading this to you like how I read a book to my kids. In the most dark part of his darkness black brain, Piotr makes suicide. Darth Vader loved Tchaikovsky. He loved to dance. He is the Darth Swan. Dark fart.
I want to be in the room when he conceived this idea.
Are the backs individually made too?
That's I believe a photocopy that he has printed
I was
out.
gonna say, holy mackerel! It's
I'm gonna jump away here and just check my battery. Seems like we're going up. I think we're in good shape.
nice.
The right
Very
direction.
good.
Victory. Okay, the next one, Solo Not Shot First by Dead Greedy. So if you remember, he made a 4-pack as a surprise release for us that was the Cantina Knots. And those sold out promptly. And so he decided to go with his Micronaut Star Wars theme.
So cool. There's something about the Micronauts colorway that's just so cool.
It's like the chrome heads on the clear, and these bodies are glow in the dark.
No, that's
Oh,
cool.
really?
They are?
They are.
Wow. Oh, that's
Do
amazing.
they both glow green? Does one glow blue or purple?
I
Or is it
don't
just
know.
the white part that glows?
I have to turn off the
You
lights
know
to
what,
find out. I'm not sure.
There's a
yet.
lot of lights in there to turn off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
This is signed edition of 20, and they're $100.
That's awesome.
Only the
really-
hands and boots.
It's possible, but I think you mix the glow in the dark powder into the resin.
Oh, okay.
There is glow in the dark powder. I'm sorry that I'm not prepared enough to answer that question.
You'll just have to buy it and see how it goes.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
Get back
So
to us.
The third in the series here from Joshua D. Hoagland, is Space Moms. This is Sandra Snivian, and he's previously done Greedo's mom and Walrus Man's mom. But this one, he used the base of a hula doll and has glued the base to the interior and then
It's fun.
made it so it shakes back and forth, which is a lot of work. And then if you could see in here, you can see the little baby. He always includes the baby.
I kind of hope once he gets all the moms out, he does a pack of just all of the babies.
That would be a lot of fun. He does
Good idea.
he does all of these illustrations himself.
Those are great.
The card backs. Oh, look, there's Scott's favorite right there.
Well, it's not just my favorite. It's everyone's favorite. Everyone loves War Duke, okay?
And then there's a coupon for a game. He's actually working to make this game, which
Wow,
I can't
it's
wait.
like a Mousetrap.
Board game.
For-
That's cool.
for resin figures. Edition of 20, $50.
Cool. Yeah.
It says collect 6 Space Mom card backs to redeem your game. That's
Really?
too. I don't know how that works. I think
Gonna make it cut them up.
Well, he's got to
I think
make
the-
6 first.
I think the idea is it doesn't work. So Tone Zone has previously graced us. I love when people put photos of their previous releases on the back. So this Beavis and Butthead sold out at New York Comic Con so long ago.
yes,
This Hank
indeed.
Hill, I think there's only 1 or 2 left. They're on the site right now. But as a follow-up to those, he has Revenge of the Hill with Chewbobby and Princess Ladybird.
These are my
And
favorite sculpts so far from his series.
I mean, I think it's my favorite use of the crappiest figure ever made. Right? Because that monkey Princess Leia is by far. Has there been a worse Power of the Force 2 figure? Has there been a worse like that's the one we all
I
bought
think
like
that's
dozens
the one.
of.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and to
I would-
see it used in this manner just gives me joy in my heart. I mean, so much so that like people still bring me collections of Power of the Force 2 figures.
And they still think that's worth $80 a figure.
And they say, well, how much can you pay me? And it's like, I can give you $1.
Yeah.
And that's more than most people will pay them.
Yeah.
And let's not
I
forget
could bum you a smoke.
Chewbobby.
Bobby.
But my favorite thing is these hologram stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Just-
does such a great job of emulating those Power of the Force 2 card backs.
So good.
Yeah, fantastic.
If you notice, there's a theme here. There's a lot of 2-packs. A lot of people like trying to include more. You know, the Mos Eisley Vice and the Solo Not Shot First, and the
Space
tug of-
Moms had
Space Moms, the Tug of War.
And
In a
they're
minute,
still
we're-
not raising their prices.
Just a little bit, $70, edition of 20.
Versus what, like 55 or 65?
It's crazy.
In a minute, we're gonna get a 2-pack with Tupac in it.
Oh.
Spoilers.
All right, and it wouldn't be a DKE show without a
Mark Todd.
figure.
Yay.
This is Leia O by Mark Todd. It's edition of 30. They're $50. It says she's real tough. Everyone talks about her hair a lot. When it was the bun thing, Han fell in love with her. He tried to be cool and resist, but it happened. Jabba had her on a leash for a while, but that didn't last long. Choked his ass. Don't mess with her. And
I
always
love
on
that
the
it just says buns at the top. Just buns.
buns. Because sometimes he has us cut the little sombrero cut, and then his illustration was just, I don't know, didn't do it because buns.
Buns.
Um,
That's fantastic.
he did this illustration. He made his own risograph cards. Each figure he sculpted the original and then hand painted the resin casts. He made his own capes. He put his own hair. Just
His own hair.
I don't think it's his hair, but he managed to like.
I was gonna say that's a commitment.
That would be next level.
You've just been shaving pubes for months, just getting ready for DKECon.
Where an artist
He
gets their
shows up,
own,
I
like
thought
their
you cut
own
your hair.
DNA on there. You know? It's like we can go clone him from this. So the third in the series here from Ron English, we have the Iron Skin Grin.
Oh, cool.
You can see the previous ones in the series there. Signed and numbered by Ron English. I don't know if you can see the jetpack. This is sculpted by Whitney Mitchell,
Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
who does a lot of the
wow.
Super 7 figures.
This
Signed
is
and numbered edition.
Eddie, the Iron Maiden.
She's done a lot of stuff. Very
Sweet.
prolific.
Mm-hmm.
And I've asked, like, I was wondering if, could the jetpack, she made the jetpack fit in the blister, which I thought was really a bonus. And it's got like 3 little rockets.
3
on it.
rockets. That's really cool.
Wow.
Did the
Carlos,
original
did the,
Vinyl have 3 rockets?
I believe so. Because
Nice.
the funny thing is, this is modeled after the Garage Works
Yeah.
figure,
Mhm.
which there is no painting of. Carlos from Mock Toys had to sort of create
Oh wow.
a Ron English image, had to make a Grin version of Boba Fett, because on the previous ones, there is a Darth Vader and there is a Stormtrooper painting that he's done, but in this case, there is not. So,
Way to go, Carlos.
yeah,
Yeah.
Carlos from Mock
Carlos is
Toys.
Always a goddamn rock star.
So we don't talk
good.
about it much because I mean Carlos did this illustration. This is not a Ron English illustration,
Right.
Mm.
which is kind of funny thing. Like on all the Kozik and Ron English pieces, it's always Carlos's images on the front.
Hey, Carlos is
We
doing the
always put the
PR.
shitty image by Kozik or
Yeah.
Ron English on the back, but the superstar image is always right here. So these $100, edition of 100. I do believe that this will be one of the first ones to go.
Did you see Ron English talk to Sucklord so
When?
many years ago? And they start talking about Star Wars, and Ron English goes, "I don't know, I've never seen it."
I've never seen it. Yeah, I don't think he's still ever seen
He's
it.
still
Yeah, you
never
guys
seen
talked-
Star Wars.
You guys
But the-
talked about that in the Ron English interview at the first DKEcon.
Yeah.
Have you
He
seen
said
it?
he
He's
had-
like, I don't know. I think I saw one.
He's got them on DVD. He said, and they're sitting there like. But the best interaction between the two of them was in New York at a DTA Awards, and the Sucklord was hosting. And why the Sucklord doesn't host all the DTA Awards, I don't know. But he said, he just announced to the crowd, he's like, "Is Ron English in the room? Is Ron English in the room? Does Ron English know if Ron English is in the room?" Dude, we were on the floor. It was unbelievable. It's not as funny when I do it. Sorry. My delivery,
Cinema Plastico says he wants to see a Death Star grin.
Death Star grin. I
See,
think the
that'd be
next one.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
Wow. I like it because
That'd be-
there is
That's a good.
there
That's an
there is
awesome idea.
actually an R2D2 painting.
Huh.
And then the only other one I think is like an X-wing that he turned into a church. It's like an X-wing standing up and there's a big cross on top of it.
Mm.
It's like
Reich is going to put that out in a couple months. So.
Yeah, right. So those of you who are familiar with the Marcel Zama Uzama figures, we bring you Gay Zama, a legendary world where everything is very gay.
Awesome.
And so what we did for this one, Sucklord just signed it there, and they're numbered out of 100 for the low price of $40. And what we did with this one is, so I bought the liquidation of the Uzama figures, and we have complete sets of the original 6 that came out from Serial Art in 2004. And what's significant about that is that was a Star Wars based action figure, even though they were injection molded. In 2004, that was the same year that the original Gay Empire came out. And so the two didn't really know what each were doing, but they were both sort of delving into that territory from the designer toy movement. And I don't think I have any examples of Star Wars references in designer toys before 2004. I believe that it's the Uzama figures and Gay Empire. And then about 2005, 2006, that's when we started getting like the Bill McMullen AT-AT and things just sort of expanded until today, where there's something new, a new Star Wars reference every day, or there's a DKE show where there's dozens of them. But so we have complete sets of the Uzama figures on our site. They were $40 retail when they came out, so it was like a $240 set. I think the set's on the site for $75. But the Vader one was the one that was. That's the piece that's limiting the number of complete sets we have. So whatever we have on the site is it. There's like 30 sets, and then we're going to go to like sets of 5. But what that left us with was a bunch of bodies. So a great choice for that was to reuse the bodies, put a Sucklord Gay Empire head on them, paint it pink, and then boom, Zama.
Bada boom.
Awesome. I love those originals, and that's such a good mashup and tribute.
Let's see, Draco Knuckle Duster #1. Okay, so if you remember the Phantom Star Killer comic book, and this was the DKE Toys exclusive with the Lou Pimentel variant cover. Lou has done a variant cover. This is what the Draco Knuckle Duster comic, this is what the ash can looks like. These are on our site now. We will also have issue #1 of the ash can on our site. But in addition to that,
Schmalky cover.
This is the Joseph Schmalky cover, yes.
Yeah.
Joseph Schmalky also does the interiors, and Peter Gorel, Killer Bootlegs, wrote the story.
Yeah.
But
Awesome.
Lou Pimentel did another illustration for us of Draco, and this is
so awesome.
This is another DKE Toys variant cover, and we're going to have 250 of those, and those are $20. And in case you want the pair, I think there's about 30 copies of this left of the 250. So, and that's kind of the cool thing. Maybe you don't think it's cool. I don't know.
I think it is. I think those are great.
I'm of the opinion that if we make 50 pieces of something, or if someone is making 20 pieces of something and it's selling out, then the next time I ask them to make more. Showdowns were selling out, in 15 minutes, and at an addition of 50. And then most people in the scene, the prevailing attitude is keep it limited, sell out, and keep people like wanting it and not being able to have it, and trying to create this sort of buzz. And I hope I'm not doing everyone a disservice. So now we make 100 showdowns because
Sorry.
I want everyone to have it. And it's kind of like when you go to someone's house for dinner. If you go to someone's house for dinner and they make dinner, and at the end of the dinner, there's no more food, you didn't make enough. Right? If I have a party and I bring out pizza, and then in 20 minutes, all the pizza is gone, if there's not any left over, you didn't make enough.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the conundrum with collectibles, though, right? It's always kind of an issue.
I would rather have a little bit of inventory to introduce the next person who comes along. So once we up the editions on showdowns, for anyone who doesn't understand, most of the pieces that I'm showing you are pieces that artists have made for us. And there's maybe like 4 or 5 things every show where we help another artist like Ron English or Frank Kozik or Scott C. bring something, or Luke Chu, to market. So it's not, we don't put the DKE name on it, but so I don't ever approach an artist in the scene and say, let us make a figure for you. They can do it themselves. So if I'm approaching someone, it's someone who had never made an action figure before, let's say like Luke Chu, and trying to get them to participate in this medium. So let's say like the Back to the Future, I think, was the first one that was limited to 100. And I think there's still 5 of them on our site. And I think that that's cool, right? Because all of these are sold out. And then I think this is the one, Scott C. sold out a thing on his site, like immediately, in an hour, maybe 50 pieces. This was the first to sell out in, what was that, San Diego last year, maybe? And then let's say like Forrest Gump, there might be 20 pieces left. And Back to the Future, I think there's 5 pieces left, and I just think that that's cool. Like,
Especially for this series, just because it has such wide appeal, I think.
you know, there's not very many people who can collect them all. It's expensive, so there's people who pick and choose. But I don't know. I don't.
Do you get a lot of like pushback? I mean, have you gotten pushback? Is that why you're talking about this?
No, no pushback from who? Like the artist, like a Scott C.
Oh
Mad
no,
that
like
stuff is
collectors saying, "Well, I like. Why are there so many now? You know, I liked it when there was only like 50 or whatever."
If someone liked it better when there was only 50 of something, then they can go fuck themselves. Like,
It's true.
I mean,
It's true.
right, because they like
No,
it.
yeah.
And I'm not judging them for why they like it. Obviously, some people think it's an investment. Some people like the collectability. Some people like, the art itself. Some people like the movie. You can like it for whatever reason you want. But if the only reason you like it is because it's limited, once we make just a little bit more, if you're not interested, then bye.
Yeah.
And 100 is still
Okay.
ridiculously limited.
Yeah,
Of
it is.
course.
It
Super.
is.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
Of
I was just
course.
wondering
Yeah.
why you were going into detail.
And I
on
think
it.
Yeah.
people
Why? Because I think it's interesting. I think
Okay, yeah.
Well-
I want to create a situation where,
It's a-
because also this hobby is new, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
This
I
is
got it. I
still-
think I got it now.
And Scott C is always such a slam dunk that I don't think people care how much the collectors, they just want theirs.
It's true.
They don't
And-
care if there's
Yeah,
300,000
for
or
sure.
25 of them. As long as they get theirs, I don't think they care how many got made.
I think there's a really nice balance too that you've struck between the production pieces, and everybody knows their production. No one's walking up there saying that Frank Kozik licked every single one of the pieces that says Frank Kozik on it, right?
I mean,
and
he
then the
did sign
pieces
them,
that-
but yeah.
But then the pieces that probably Yoli did lick every one of them before he put it in the blister. So we know that there are like the artist versions that are created as handmade pieces, and then there's production runs that are inspired by or
Yeah.
created with another artist. And it's
Sure.
I mean, it's no different than the vinyl game. It's no different than any of the other things. And I think
Yeah.
there's a really good balance that's struck between here's a production run of stuff that you would never be able to get your hands on otherwise, and
Sure.
here's
Yeah,
a
that's
really
a really good
limited run
point.
of hands-on stuff for someone to either discover a new artist or buy an actual original piece. I mean, that's a hard thing to do, to strike that balance. I think you've done it really well.
Sure. And the stuff that's on our site is for the most part, I would say 90% of the stuff on our site, that's the only place you can get it. And so if it's,
Yeah.
so what I find is like we're putting out 40 pieces here. Like that's a lot. And there's some people who can only afford 2 or 3. And then what we'll notice is next month, that same person will come back and they'll buy 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
Because otherwise
That's
it's
cool.
sort of a little unfair, right? It happened to me the other day. Someone said they wanted a Luke Chu and a Great Showdown, and they just got into an accident. They can't afford, and they're having like this meltdown. And I was like, I think the Showdown's going to last a little while. Just allocate. Get the Luke Chu right now. It's $100. That's going to go. That's his first toy. And the Showdown at 175. I expect that to last to the end of the year. We're going to sell 50 really fast, and then it'll trickle until the end of the year, and then they'll be gone, and then people will be sad.
Yeah.
Or
So-
just skip out on the doctor bill. Go to like a vet. I mean, they're doctor.
If you go to Scott,
Yeah,
Scott will
get
take
your
his
priority. Yeah.
God.
he'll
Look,
take his
I'll send you a
Dremel.
cast. You want a cast? I'll get you a cast.
I'll cast a cast.
Oh my
All right,
god.
look, yeah.
All right,
A cast
so
all day.
we're back to the Bootleg Gold series.
Oh, is that why we're here? Okay, sorry.
We've taken the Loop Pimentel art and made
I'm
the
definitely
bootleg,
getting one of those. I'm
the
definitely picking one of
bootleg.
those up. Yeah.
Great.
and it's signed by Killer Bootlegs and Lou.
Definitely picking one of those up. Awesome.
And the price point is
$40, $30.
boom, $30.
$30.
Something
30
great.
Wow.
Welcome to
That's-
the
What is
hobby,
going
friends.
on?
Dude, everyone, yeah.
See, this
All
is what
right.
I'm saying. There's the mass-produced
Okay.
ones. There's
But-
something for everybody.
If $30 is too much for you, we even have something for 20. Dun, 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 dun.
So I genuinely dislike empty blister pieces. I think they can be funny, but I think it's like, okay, fine. This one, buying, instant buy, love it.
Because it's talking about you.
Exactly.
It's addressing you on such a personal level. It says, behind every bootleg toy ever made, you will find my unseen hand. You cannot see me. You do not know my name. You may not know I exist. But if you make bootleg toys, your figures, your concepts, your ideas, your identity, they belong to me. And I like this little
man.
swipe he's, done to like Rika and Ron English and the Hip Hop Trooper and Killer Bootlegs.
But
Just-
no, Healy's not on the back.
Healy is not.
Doesn't take a swipe at him.
No.
Hmm.
And look,
Maybe he
ma-
did.
Dove
Just
surfer.
did.
I
He's
didn't notice
managed.
that.
He's managed to put my little garbage pail kid head there.
That's funny.
So, and it's got the interior blister. That was the hardest part of this. Was the,
But that's on the back. It's Hip Hop Trooper.
yeah.
He doesn't make toys though. He's
There's
like
toys
a
of him.
cosplay guy.
But there's toys of him every year. I mean, he's had like 20 different runs of him. Like, they just keep
Okay.
coming out. Everyone pays homage to the Hip Hop Trooper by making toy runs of him.
This might
Yeah,
be
because
like
he's dope.
this might be the second most sucklordy piece of all the sucklordy piece. I think my favorite sucklord piece, I think the most sucklordy piece for the scene is
Most
the
sucklordy.
most sucklordy is the bootleg figure that you did for DKECon. It was the second suck up. And it's just a
Mhm.
white card. And it says bootleg figure and it has a white sucklord piece. It's just like the
That
very
was-
essence, it's the very essence of fuck you.
That was a good one. I mean,
Yeah.
he did that. That was 100% him because everyone else in the Suck Up 2 and the Suck Up 1, for that matter, we gave them the Sucklord, each artist the Sucklord figure. Buff Monster, Jesse Hernandez, you name it, like a dozen
Sket
artists.
one. Yeah.
All of those guys, and they would customize the figure, but the Sucklord did the card. And this was the one where he was just riffing on himself, and it was one of the most classic ones from the
But
series.
this one, I feel like, as far as summing up his persona, at least as it stands right now,
Yes.
this one is home run.
All right. So this book here is called Transformations.
Sweet.
It is a book that was put out by Ginkgo Press, and these are all of Alex Gross's cabinet cards. So he would find these, over 100-year-old cabinet cards, and then would draw that on them. And he had previously done a book with Ginkgo that went into multiple printings, but they didn't put the side by side. It was just the cabinet card. And the picture of an actual cabinet card was like in the back of the book, very small. And so, he just finds these photos
So
and
good.
it just turns it into that. So I helped him publish
This
this.
is the best, man. Those are
I'm
so
obsessed
funny.
with like his cabinet card
Yeah.
pieces just blow me away.
Just so good. The Oompa Loompa, like it just got turned into Oompa Loompa. So if you go
Oh,
on
man.
Amazon,
It's pretty funny.
I actually own this one here, and it turned it into that. And finding this photo is very rare, because if you see a dad with two kids only, that means the mom died. Right? They would not take a photo without the mom. So finding, a cabinet card like that is very, very hard to do. Some are common. So this book is available on Amazon. It's $30, but I had the opportunity to buy
Oh, so good.
about
That's
1,000 copies of it, and Alex was nice enough to make this exclusive
Oh, nice.
mini print with little baby Yoda and sign them and number them out of $1,000. And they're $15.
Amazing.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, if he was selling this little signed print for $15 at a convention, like people would buy it. But you get the whole book too, and there's over
That's
200
awesome.
pages in here. They're so good. My kids like just look through them like for hours. This one's particularly good. You have this little group of people here, and then he's just turned them into like all these bad guys.
Rogues Gallery.
Ghoul of Gaba in the chat just says that he taught him everything he knows.
Yeah, it's just really, really. If I can leave you with, okay, there, and then, oops, wrong way. Kung Fu Panda. So $15, like with the signed booklet.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting one of those.
Yeah,
It's kind of the thing everybody wants.
Yeah,
All right.
amazing.
A few more to go here. We've got another first timer from Peru, actually, is Inca Toys, made Han Yolo.
Oh, cool.
what's he holding?
A phone,
Yeah, look at him go.
random hookups,
Nice.
asshole glasses. What's it say? Gang sign.
Gang sign.
Articulated figure. Blister opens. Sign in numbered out of 20.
Is it
50
magnetic articulation?
No. It's actually
Egg?
Jointed. Wow.
Oh, nice.
jointed. So there's a screw in the back. So it's a 7-piece. So you have the head, the 2 arms, and the 2 legs, and then the torso, like a vintage Star Wars figure,
Wow.
gets glued together. And so that's how the arms sort of hang and
Wow.
move inside. And he's got his little millennial tattoo right there. And his little
That's,
asshole
that's-
glasses. Yeah, pretty classic.
That's some
great.
commitment, man. Yeah.
Yeah, doing the
it's,
7-part. That's a lot of pour. That's awesome.
Crazy. I don't know. I guess he's wearing
paint-
latex pants.
and the paint. I was gonna say the paint jobs look pretty intense too. Good job.
That's
Who
really
is that
clean.
again now?
Inca Toys from Peru.
Inca Toys. Good work.
How much is it?
$55.
See,
Viva Peru!
something like that. If I made that, it would be like $3,000. I'd be like, "Look, fuck you! Did you see this? This is a 7-piece."
All right. Then we have Trillionaires Toy Club, Ray in the UK. This
cool.
is Bart as Wesley Snipes from Demolition Man,
Awesome.
because that's what everybody needs. Also magnetic articulated, and then
Its head.
Very cool.
Of Trillionaires work.
awesome.
Demolition Man. You know the Taco Bell link there?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Taco
Yeah.
Bell
How-
link, Demolition Man. Tell me more.
Demolition Man is basically like an hour-and-a-half commercial for Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
And it's
Really?
Taco
It
Bell
is?
in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's like
I'm
Taco
joking.
Bell in the future. And then like they made like a Taco Bell that was from Demolition Man. And then they liked it so much that it just became the Taco Bell logo like in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And they're just now phasing out of the Demolition Man Taco Bells.
They had a Comic-Con
like-
a couple of years ago. They actually did a pop-up Demolition Man Taco Bell you could go eat at. And it had a bathroom with the 3 shells.
Yeah.
It's
That's
pretty good
crazy.
stuff. Yeah.
What's
And
funny
it's
is
like
yeah, we were driving just down Laurel Canyon here, and so Taco Bell has those new purple logos,
that's what I was gonna say is the future is outdated.
and it's like, and Sarah just looked at it, and she was like, and it just said breakfast under it. It was just like the
Yeah.
purple Taco Bell logo with like 2 shades of purple. It just looks like it'd been faded in the sun. And then she just looked at the font, and she's like, that's the font that I used in like 1990. Like, who approved this Taco Bell logo?
Wesley
Next
Snipes.
next
Yeah,
time
yeah.
you walk by or drive by a Taco Bell with that new purple logo, look at it again.
Taco
And
Bell
look
has
at
been
that.
trying to get that breakfast dollar for decades now. It's not happening.
So now
McGriddles is going to win 100% of the time. Sorry.
all it says is Taco Bell breakfast.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
If you need the
like-
shits all
it's
day.
like a they live thing. Breakfast, eat, obey.
So weird.
Demolition Man. One last thing about Demolition Man is
Yes.
that it's such gross commercialism that I saw it on TV one time, and they blurred out all of the Taco Bell stuff because they're like, look, if you're gonna play this movie, you're gonna pay. Like, we can't just play hour and a half long commercial for Taco Bell.
But they did pay originally, probably.
Wait, who
But
blurred
on
it out?
TV, they
network.
blurred it out.
Oh, because they
That's
probably
crazy.
They
already
hadn't
had a
paid
deal
for-
with McDonald's or something like that. And then in McDonald's thing, like, we're going to pay you $500 million for so many slots. You're not allowed to show any ads for our competition. And then they were playing Demolition Man, and they're like, holy shit, we need to X out the Taco Bell.
Yeah.
But that ruins the whole movie if you do that.
I'd like to think there's an executive
Well,
somewhere.
I mean, look, we're working with what we got here.
I'd like to think there's an executive somewhere at Taco Bell that got Demolition Man greenlit because he watched Mac and Me and was like, we have to fucking do that. Get Wesley
They got
Snipes.
a bear
Yeah.
dancing on the counter.
So-
Wesley Snipes on like a laser sled, eating some Taco Bell. There you go.
The funny thing about this is the character's name was Simon Phoenix.
Hmm.
And then he changed it to Simpson Phoenix, if you see there.
Look at that.
Bummer.
Kind of a
Excellent.
fortuitous like
There you go.
use of letters that in the back, of course, has all of his crazy creations. And
Beautiful.
this one is only $65. And all of his pieces sell for 65, 75, or 80 pounds. So,
Oh wow.
you know, affordable piece. And it comes with a bag of stickers,
Get the card.
the cards. All the cards have a Garbage Pail Kid theme, which you know that I love. Get some,
Oh.
get your little Wesley.
His
Snipes.
paint applications are really awesome too.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
So
he does a
good.
really good job.
All right, this is probably the sleeper hit of the show. It's probably getting the most buzz. And it's the He Walks by For Lovable Toys in the UK. And it's just, they're fantastic. And then when you look at the back and you see the Thunder Walks coming soon. Again, another 2-pack.
Oh yeah.
In the year of the 2-packs, $80, edition of 30. I think this
Beauty.
one. Not sure what the first sellout's going to be, but I'm thinking it's likely going to be this one. Don't know. I'm always
Excellent
surprised.
work on the card. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
That
Really
He-Man
good.
logo, I aped that one time for Barbarian Rage. That's hard. That is a hard logo to. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. I tried doing
There.
it too, and it said like the gradients, the texturals, the depth. Yeah, that's a hard logo.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is Masterpieces of the Universe by Epoxy Crusader, who is from Mexico. And this is the Grayskull torso. And it's meant to look like a Greek or Roman statue masterpiece.
This is Epoxy's first show too, right? Or first DK?
Yes.
Yeah.
And from Mexico, which it says this celebrated marble sculpture, a fragment of a statue found in the plain of Perpetua at the end of the 300th century. It has always been the piece of ancient sculpture most admired by artists right down to the present day. Signed prominently on the front of the base by the elder, in quotes, who is unmentioned in the ancient literature. The identity of the figure has been the subject of various interpretations, throughout the centuries. According to the Eternia Museum Archive, it could belong to the most powerful man in the universe.
The fucking He-Man.
Signed and
Fisto.
numbered,
Talking about He-Man.
signed and numbered on the back, $40,
Wow.
and
Now,
comes
is
with a
that
little
marbled,
scepter.
Havoc
Yes.
staff of.
Does it come out of the blister or is it glued down?
It's glued down. He actually made this blister, sent them from
Wow.
Mexico, handmade
Oh,
blister.
wow.
That's
Is it
crazy.
now? Is the marbling? Is it a dye job or a paint job or
I believe they're like little specks, like in the
in the
in
resin?
the resin.
In the resin?
So-
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Meant to
very
give
cool.
Yeah,
that
no, he did a
marble.
really nice job on it.
Yeah.
marble feel, and then you get this little pack of Epoxy Crusader stickers, and you get a little scepter, and then he's got even got like a little paper toy out of his business card. Just the hands come forward, and they're
Oh, that's cool.
it's
Oh,
like
that's
die
cool.
cut. I mean, the amount of time spent, like the stickers.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Really,
Everybody with
really-
their
That's the
bonuses.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like stepping up their
Not
game.
me, man.
Nope, we're just going back. I'm not even gonna put a figure
You're
in my
lucky if
next
I even
blister.
ship your order, okay?
Jeez.
And unfortunately, this one is
Talk about grumpy artist.
haha,
We're the old men.
this one is
Hey,
not here
yeah.
yet.
What?
This is the Hip Hop Wars. This is the second version of Hip Hop Wars from Fat O from
it's Fat O.
Thailand.
Well, I mean,
Tupac,
yeah,
Tupac.
he's
But-
yeah,
But this is the
Tupac.
retro version. So the first one had a very, I mean, the sculptures were just immaculate. Like, but this time he decided to do them as retro figures. So this
I think
really
I just
has like,
saw that it's the 20-year anniversary since Biggie Smalls died 20 years ago. Can you believe
Wow.
yeah, it means you're fucking old, dude.
that? I couldn't name one song.
um,
I was
This
too
is-
old for it 20 years ago. How's that?
this is
So Dove?
yeah.
So
Go
the
on.
sculpt for the obviously, I mean, the fat is the body is the original fat body, right? But
Yes.
the other one, the carbonite, he actually redid that sculpt, right? It looks different.
It is because it's based on the vintage Han Carbonite
Okay, right,
figure,
right, got it.
which is a very expensive loose figure to get. Yeah, this is totally. These are two completely new figures. He did
Got
all
it.
the art himself. He prints them out, and there's a video he sent me. He's actually like soaking them like in coffee to get them to turn
Oh
yellow.
wow, that's awesome.
And then it's so this is based on like a newspaper ad, like, and it said they're back and Thrifties has them, and I'm not sure what he thought Thrifties was, and I was like, we really can't do Thrifties, and so he just sort of like abraded it and made it all ripped and
nice.
nasty
And then
in the
punched a
art,
hole through it.
and
That
then
guy's super
managed,
I can
talented.
dig it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's awesome.
and then he managed to put illustrations of all of his jacket
the
figures.
giant
Yeah, I saw that.
jackets. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
So good.
This
What a
is-
weird concept that just sort of
Is
took
amazing.
off. Yeah.
That's an edition of 70. There's 100 of them. Again, another, 2-figure set. Kind of
Wow.
amazing.
It's
All
a
right.
You have to
two-pack
say
of
two-pack,
two-pack.
two-pack, don't you? Come on.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah, I
we're
was
going to get
gonna
in,
say.
Tupac, Tupac.
into.
We all said it except for Dove.
I
He's
know.
not, he's not gonna do it. He's
We're-
got
we're
too much
getting
class.
Boring.
We're now getting to the adult portion of the show,
Oh, sweet. This
No.
must be.
Nice.
We know who's
Fuck
coming
yeah.
now.
which is
all right.
quite
Go back to
sizable.
full screen
I
for
haven't
this
been
one.
wearing pants this whole time, so here we go.
All right.
Oh.
So- If you remember at the last show, we sold out of Jabba the Slut.
Slut Wars. Yes.
And so this is Luke. I'm going to attempt to take Luke out of his package.
Package you gotta
Um,
be careful of.
Free him
Now, these
from his
cards
prison.
are not printed. I mean, they're hand done. Like each one is a collage with printed elements glued to it, and it looks like hand painted.
Wow.
Just crazy amount of detail. I'm going to pull this off here. Each one has a loose. It's like so small, but that is a little. like Luke.
Teeny tiny dollar. Yeah,
Okay,
see, it's so
but
small you
that's-
can't even focus.
The way it's
But that's-
focusing, it looks like Aunt Beru.
That's Luke with a ball gag in his mouth. But all three figures, because you get 3 figures on 2 cards for $70.
What?
Yeah.
They're-
What's
No
going
way.
on? I think
We need to have a
There-
conversation.
there's
That
a
is too
diff-
cheap.
Yeah.
there's a different dollar bill in each one.
Too cheap.
All right, so Luke
cheap?
has a
No.
lot of interesting details.
I like how you describe that. Interesting details.
This is the hide your kids,
Yeah.
hide your wife portion of the show.
See?
Yeah, and then he's sort of pitching a tent here also.
There's no sort of. That dude is full
There you go.
chub.
Oh
Look at
my goodness, what is going on there?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
I agree.
Oh,
what
would
did
really
I
love
just
that.
Get
see?
ready. Get ready. Hang on. I gotta go to
Are you ready?
quad screen. I want to
Okay,
see Jack's
now-
reaction.
No.
Yep.
Here,
Okay.
make
The crazy,
okay.
the crazy thing is Yolanda's probably
Go ahead.
watching this.
Oh,
and what
she
she's
is.
doing right now is she's going screen grab. Do 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 do.
Show
of
the
like-
penis and make the lightsaber noise.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
That was-
You're
okay,
right.
ready,
she
ready,
probably
ready.
is doing that.
Okay, right.
Okay, but then he comes with the.
Oh no.
I
No.
Look
I
at
think-
Jack's
No.
face.
No.
The next,
Dove.
the next figure in Slut War should be a proctologist, and he comes in and examines everyone.
And then all of these little bills are just glued down here one at a time. This is little balls here. Just crazy. Like,
You
the
think those are
tension-
called Obenwa balls? Obenwa
Oh man! And then there's
Oh, oh, Ben Wabi one,
Right?
Oh.
Obenwa.
There's
stop.
movie?
Listen, guys,
There's
stop
something in
giving
there.
her
There's
ideas.
something in there.
It's-
There's
there-
something there.
So the problem here is that Jabba the Slut sold out,
That's a
Right?
problem.
and
Why is
and
that a problem?
so everyone, this is just encouraging her. The market is telling her,
I think you're encouraging her.
please
Dove.
make
Yeah, I think
more.
you're encouraging
I
her.
am not. Like,
I learned from
You
watching
are.
you.
I am providing a platform for artists to thrive. She is in charge of the content.
Encouraging.
Here's Pimp Vader and the Investor Pal. All of the Pimp Vaders. So like this dollar bill like has the little pimp Darth Vader on it. And then these are all going to be unique.
Oh,
The
those
little
are
hairy
cool.
Oh my
chest.
god.
And then Investor
piece-
Pal.
The investor is fucking
The investor.
inspired.
I mean,
It's awesome. That that
It
deserves
just-
its own.
Yeah,
release
that needs
with-
its own figure. That piece
Yeah.
is
like the.
and he,
the bunny slippers
I
and the
and he
fanny
has
pack.
his own dollar bill. It's crazy.
If you're not careful, Dove, you'll be making a cameo in the next one.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
no.
he's already in the next one. There's
Oh.
no question.
Stop giving her
Salacious
ideas.
Dove.
Salacious Dove. There it is.
Oh, that's
Yoli,
good.
Salacious Dove.
All right.
I'm
So
calling it. Next one.
that's Slut Wars Series 1. It's 3 figures on 2 cards, edition of 20. It's $70. I can't.
There
Yeah,
are
expand your wet
$70
thigh.
of material in those pieces.
All right.
And
I'm not-
all of this
Go.
during a resin shortage as well.
know.
mean, very good. Speaking of proctologists, this
Oh
looks
my
like
gosh.
So hella radical
More.
toys. This is also a first premiere with DKE.
there's 2 themes. It's 2 packs and anal.
Prolapsed Krangus. Signed
I
and
mean-
numbered edition of 20, $40. It is also a removable blister.
Because you got to
So
see
you
that
can see
butthole.
so you can see the card art. Let's hold up the card.
Gross.
Put up the fucking card.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh, dude, there should be a variant where the hole is cut out and you push the
Stop giving him
Krangus
ideas.
through the
$40.
Oh my god.
This one's totally going to sell out. All right.
We need to have a show that's just DKE nights, like DKE After Dark, where it's just all the figures you can't show your kids.
I
And
think we're
then-
in that portion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Medusa's Wild has the captive space princess.
Wow.
And she's painted it gold. It has a gold chain. There's hand braided hair on the back, hand cut cloth outfit.
She added a couple of cup sizes to the drawing on the card.
That's
Yeah.
what Medusa's does.
Yeah.
Why is
It's,
it that
it's really good.
Why is it that all the women in the show are just doing the smuttiest stuff?
It's like the Golden Girls. Like they can get away with things that that if I made this, I would get in a lot of trouble.
Well,
Look at that.
the slave Leia, I think they said that they're not going to make those anymore.
Oh yeah, they're done with that.
Yeah.
I mean, Sucklord did the suck peg. This is just like the grown-up version of the suck peg.
Yeah, that was Scott Tollison who did that in the,
okay.
in the Suck Up show. Yeah,
And the suck up show.
Oh.
Okay, right.
Mhm.
and she also did all of these illustrations herself. So
Yeah,
you know,
she's
she
great.
pitched me on this idea. I was like, "Yeah, sounds great. Happy to
She
sell
put
it."
so she put real hair on it.
real
Not her hair, but
real braided hair on there. Yeah.
I'm pushing
then-
for someone to do that.
So then she says,
Yeah.
"I have this idea for this other thing. Will you show this?" And I'm like, "No." So this other thing is supposed to fit in this package, because I just thought, like, while nothing DKE does is for kids, I didn't want something that is so hugely, you know,
Bigly.
sexually suggestive. But excuse me one second.
But
Wondering
but
about
it's not
that.
because see there you go. He's
It's
like, I'm not going
not?
to show it. Well, I'll show it.
Well, so she
Right.
came,
What?
she did one without the orifices. It's an edition of 10.
Wait.
It's the classy version.
So there's that one with the open
There-
mouth.
Right. This one is like a
That's
Barbie.
the only
doll.
one that
There's-
doesn't have the open mouth.
There's
Okay.
not-
Does it have a Krangus?
okay. So understand that this is based on an existing blow up doll, right?
But does it have a Krangus?
It does not, but it is.
So
it is.
so the Krangus is sold separately. You have to.
No.
some
it
assembly
is an
required.
edition of 10.
Right. You have to bootleg your own Krangus.
Just shut up and listen. It's an edition of 10.
Oh,
However,
rude, Dub.
if you buy one and you would like the orifices,
Yes,
she
I
will
would.
make it. She will make it for you, and it will come in this package here, signed and numbered
I
out
don't
of
need
10.
the package.
Do you understand? Never mind.
Is it machine washable?
No,
Is
no.
Is this all, Dub? Is this all your elaborate way of saying you wouldn't show the actual one as she intended it?
Yes,
Okay.
because
So
because
you
the-
just
the-
showed a Ninja Turtle spreading his asshole open.
correct. Okay, but I'm showing it to you now, and that's okay. But during a show where this is prominent in the back, when we're on air for 8 hours, it's more likely that some kid's gonna walk by and be like, "Daddy, what's that?" Right? My kids will tune in. If
Oh, okay.
if this is sitting on the table, it is very small. And even if I go and show it to you and we laugh about it for
Oh.
10 seconds, that's different than a blow up doll with her, open mouth sitting there. "Hey, Daddy, what is that?" Like, just don't need to have that conversation.
Okay,
Not today.
all right.
Not today, at least.
The education
right.
Samuel gets from DKECon already. So.
Well,
Oh.
then you say, look, then you give it over to Medusa
Go to sleep,
Wild,
Samuel.
because she will explain to you what this is.
Hmm. My 7-year-old did ask my grandmother. He said, "How do you make
What's a
babies?"
Krangus? Oh,
No,
How do you
and
make
she-
Krangus?
And in order to not to demystify it, he just said, "You just take a sperm from a man and an egg from a woman." And he was like, "Okay." And then he just went on his way. Like, that was enough information for him to.
So where do you get a? You have to drain a Princess Leia doll.
Just milk it. I would say
man.
on the Princess Leia doll, not to belabor the point, but she handmade all of those pieces. I mean, that's an impressive amount of work.
That's
And like, well done.
the-
Like, it looks like a legitimate.
But you can't just paint vinyl and then crumple it up and
No.
put it in a bag.
Right.
It'll get messed
It'll
up.
get ruined.
All of these parts are hand cut vinyl.
It's like
So,
super detailed and impressive.
So the doll itself is existing. You can buy them at the store, but everything on it is hand done.
So wait, so like the top there, like the bra top, is it
Uh-huh.
attached to the doll, or?
Yes, this is vinyl. This is cut vinyl that is stuck.
But I mean, is
on
it two
here.
separate parts? Can you? This is gonna sound.
Scott
But
has
can
a
you, like,
very
can you-
specific purpose
Yeah.
in mind for this doll.
I would not suggest you taking it off, but there's a seam right here. You
Can
could
we
technically
censor Scott?
No.
peel the sticky part.
All right, kick Scott off the Zoom. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So-
I mean, come on,
No,
you don't
this
need me to
begs
tell
the
you that's
question.
amazing.
No, it's
Yeah.
like the amount of work that went into this to make it that detailed, to make it that accurate is crazy. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
We-
Is
No,
this
I-
the first ever sex doll that you've sold?
Is it?
Actual
technically,
sex
I
doll?
mean,
Yeah.
you've bought sex toys from
Other
the Suck
people.
Lord, but have you sold them?
Look,
This would
Depending on how
Be-
hard you try, all of these are sex toys.
No, Krangus is very flexible.
Oh,
Hey, I didn't
yeah.
need that image, Scott.
all
You're
right,
welcome.
moving along. So we have
Ah,
two
man.
art shows, which I'm going to go through quickly.
Two art
Dustin
shows.
Benzing, the Block Watch Captain.
Yeah.
If you recall, I think in New York last year, he made the first
Oh, those are
20
dope.
Star Wars vintage figures in wood blocks. He made the first 20. This show is called The Next 29, which is all the Empire figures. They're all one of a kind, hand carved, hand painted hunks of wood for $75.
It's
I-
amazing.
It's it's out of
I need
control.
like a little sign that just says too cheap, too cheap, too cheap.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you'd think that everything
So
should
See,
just
look at that. Wait.
Yeah, that's too fast on the
brush
on
past
wall.
that.
Look at that.
That's amazing, man.
And it's to scale with the rest of the figures. Well, I guess not totally to scale, but
So he
like,
actually made 30 different. And the way you do the one of a kind stuff is you buy it in the store and then you hop on the Zoom and then we will go over what is available and you can choose from what is available.
so good.
Dude, that's so cool.
There's my baby.
Oh man.
Okay, this one is special because
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh, holy shit.
Dude.
so
how
he
cool is
actually
that, man?
he actually gave a little extra piece of wood, FX7 extra piece. He put it there. Let's see if we can do this without falling
Oh
apart.
my god. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy good.
That one costs more, right?
Nope.
Oh,
Got your
Justin.
AT-AT driver.
wow, that's good.
Love
You got
that,
your,
yeah.
your Bespin security guard.
Awesome.
And these are $75. Did you say that?
$75.
And the quality.
What
Oh
the
my god.
heck?
Look at
That
that
one,
one.
that-
Look
dude.
at that one.
And these are like hand cut and hand painted,
Hand
right?
carved, hand painted. Yeah.
So
Okay.
the premise originally
I might need that.
was to make this is what a block print would look like to make an actual print.
Right.
Like you would carve this and then you'd roll on the black ink and then you'd press it on a piece of paper. Now that's not actually what he intends for you to do with this, but that's what the look and feel of it is based on. I guess that's why it's called the Block Watch Captain. But then
Yeah.
if you watch the videos, he is sculpting this everything in relief where it's kind of like a what do you call it, like a negative process. So he starts with a flat piece of wood and every place that he doesn't carve out is what's going to print, right? And so if you watch
Yeah.
the videos, he does these amazing reveals where it's
Yeah.
he's
Basically,
painted
he paints the whole thing. Yeah.
and then he rolls on the black and then the image just sort of I
Comes
really
to life,
recommend
yeah.
He takes
that
it, a brayer and goes over it, and it sort of like comes alive.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at that.
That Dengar is so
God
good.
bless you, Dengar. Man.
I'm friends with Dustin. That Lobot is so cool. Talking to Dustin
Lobot,
for like the
not
last 2 months. Hey man, how you doing? And you just hear on the phone, oh, pretty good. He never stopped working on these. How many total?
30, right?
30. It's called the Next 29 because there's 29 vintage figures, but he also did the Wampa, so he technically has sent us 30. And he did open up a few slots. If we do
I love that figure.
Dude.
Another one of my favorites.
If we do sell out, he does make these to order. He does have a couple shows coming up, so he's pretty busy. But if the one that you want sells out, he does have the ability to.
Where is he
make-
based out of?
Kentucky,
Kentucky.
That's cool. Kentucky.
because he just opened up a store. It's called Earth to
nice.
Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
And I told him, I said, do not open a store. Opening up a store,
But he's doing great with it.
huge mistake. I talked to him
He
the
said,
other day.
suck it, Dove.
How's the store doing? He's like, look, I was a distributor for a dozen years. I can tell you how many stores went out of business.
But rent is much cheaper in Kentucky.
Indeed.
It's so cool. No, Earth to Kentucky is doing really good.
His great art shows. He's selling
And
vintage
driving
toys.
really well. Yeah.
He's selling
doing
online now.
fantastic.
He's
Do you think he's
dabbling.
tempted to raise the prices just a bit?
Hey, you know what? What I tell people is to let the market dictate. If he's at $75 now and is working full time and his hands are bleeding and he can't take it anymore, then that's where you pump the price up to $85. And then if he's busy all the time, can't find the time, then you create a little more resistance and you go to 100.
Yep.
All right, and then the last art show here.
Good work, Dustin.
Here
Amazing.
we go.
Amazing work.
Are you ready? Leia's got to get out of the way. Uh-oh. This box goes under here. Ta-da! Okay. One of my favorite things to show everyone, because it's just so much fun, is the Ghoul of Gaba show. The last one, what was the last one called? This one is called
Saints and Sinners, right?
Saints and Sinners. That's right. And this one is called A Few Ghoul Men. So last time they were $50 each, and we sold out of everything. The price now is $70 each, and I recommend that everyone get one. This is their for.
Is there a legal limit to how many we can buy?
Not starting on Saturday.
One per
Okay.
person on the first
Okay.
day, and then starting Saturday morning, you want to buy the rest. It's all you.
All right.
So here we have a Xi Jinping, and then we have just telling
Security
you
cameras.
that I have Dick Cheney here, and then boom. Each one
This shit
an
makes me
original
laugh
illustration.
so hard, man. So funny.
Nice little Joseph Stalin here. And then Joseph
Very
Stalin with smallpox. He did point out that those smallpox are glow in the dark. And we have Genghis Khan, which he has turned into Khan from Star Trek.
Have you ever read the theory of Ricardo Montalban wearing a fake chest piece during that movie?
No.
They say that he faked his chest muscles.
I'm keeping this
But
one.
I don't believe it. You can keep the
Yeah, I
Nixon.
did. As soon as I saw that one get posted, I was like, Dove is not selling that piece.
That snaggletooth
With the
is-
blue melt.
Here's Idi Amin. As Ilsa, she-devil of the SS. Every one of these also comes with a little sticker, which is
Yeah, I
very
love that.
cool. This is one of Ian's favorites.
This one.
I
was sitting in the parking lot at my daughter's preschool when I saw that one, and I yelled, "Holy shit!" in my car, and 3 parents turned to look at me.
This one is next level because, I mean, he's got a plane going through him and the twin towers coming out of his nose. That is so fucked up.
Oh man.
Here.
No, it's this one. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
And you're
no.
like, who would want to own
Saw
this one? Like, because you're like, I don't want to own that. I don't want to own that. I would never want to own that. And then you see this and you're like,
Accurate.
okay, I
I
might
get
own
that.
that.
Yeah.
I'd make an exception for that one. This one is just like, Ayatollah Khomeini as Jafar.
Oh man.
Oh, dude, just insane. It's like here's Yasser Arafat as a Nemodian from like episode 1. I want a book of these. Napoleon Bonaparte
Yeah, there needs to be a book.
and Killer
Yeah.
Clowns.
The Killer Clowns cotton candy.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yaqub Go. I don't know who this is. Some dictator.
Mm.
That's Eddie from Iron Maiden. The Bill Clinton is just like unbelievable.
Oh no.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh my
And the
God.
humor, like Dracula.
See that
Dracula.
that one's really clever and funny.
The number one in the last one was the Suck Lord, so I asked him to do number 1 as Vector. And of course, it's Gandalf smoking.
It's funny.
That's great.
He's this Ted Kaczynski, Unabomber.
Wow.
What is going on there?
Was that the brown wizard from Lord of the Rings? The one who gets the bird shit in his hair?
I can't read it. Radagast?
Radagast.
Yeah, Radagast,
Radagast
yeah.
the Brown.
Yeah.
Radagast the Brown hangs out with Krangus.
Yeah.
Who's this? Oh, Ivan the Terrible. I think that is this a reference to the Suck Lord with jars of pee? I don't know.
I mean, lots of people pee in jars.
What's in those jars? This is Saddam Hussein, like it's a butcher. It's Adolf Hitler. Nigel Thornberry. Oh, the Queen. It's unbelievable. As the Borg.
Wow, that's so good.
Timothy McVeigh. He's got lip balms in his eyes.
Wow.
And then the figure itself is not a throwaway. I mean, they're on theme.
They're
just
cool.
Yeah, they're really cool.
They're really well done.
If you rarely ever have anything to do with the image on there, but they're unique and cool.
Here's Gaddafi as Daffy. It says Gaddafi duck on it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. This one might be a DKE purchase. Look at those
I mean, if you don't buy it, I might. So,
There's Tito.
oh man.
Whoa.
It just so. There's Lennon. There's John Lennon.
Wow, how many did he do?
30.
Wow.
This one is fucked up, man.
So
I mean,
much.
is Barack Obama as Hooded Justice from The Watchmen?
From Watchmen.
Oh wow.
Here is Chairman Meow. Just all right, and the last one here is Vladimir Putin as Putty Patroller.
Oh, so good.
I just
Way to go,
time,
Ghoul. You fucking rule.
You win, dude. So cool. Well, that's it. That's everything.
Full boat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Strong show once again.
So just a reminder for anyone who wants a specific piece, you just go to the store, buy one at noon on Friday, and just click on the Zoom link. If you go to DKECon.com, it's got a link to the Zoom, a link to the store, a full schedule of all the events. Scott's going to be there doing his Killing Time segment. We have interviews with 15 different artists. We have giveaways at the end of the day, so maybe some contests, Chicken Burger Disco and Dan Goodsell. There's just so much going on. If you're bored over the weekend, you can just tune in and sit there and we will attempt to entertain you.
It's like a 9-hour podcast that
kind of like this.
Yeah, it's
but
like this.
more
9 hours,
entertaining.
but more entertaining.
I mean,
and now that Scott will be sitting in the room with us, we'll be just hurling inside jokes back and forth all day.
Yeah.
What is that going to be like?
It's going to be pretty annoying for everybody else. Yeah.
Tune in and find out.
Hey.
All right, everybody. Thank you for sticking it out. I'm sorry that Toy Geeks is only 3 times a year whenever we want to do a show. But
it's basically
like,
become the DKE show.
Yeah, more or less.
Because I asked, because no one else is like, I don't know why other people don't like call up Toy Geeks and be like, hey, I'm doing a thing. I want to, like give it a shot.
You're
Maybe
married to one of the
happen.
Toy Geeks. That gives you a bit more of an inside than everybody else has.
Is that how it works?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know that it works.
It's just some sort of nepotism. I think what it really is all the artists that make stuff for us really want to be on Toy Geeks. Like this is actually like the highlight of it. It's like sitting here and showing their toys, and everyone just like everyone gets their little 2 minutes of fame. Where everyone
that's awesome
commenting about their stuff, and everyone screen captures me like holding their toy, and this will be like all over Instagram tomorrow. Just repost.
Yeah.
And it's just
it's
just a shot of this and a shot of this.
We do have Scott doing that for a while on camera. So
yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you, everyone. Really appreciate you sticking it out.
See you on Friday.
See you guys this weekend. Yeah.
Thank you, Janky. Thank you, Scott. We really appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon. See you Friday.
All right,
Thanks to everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.